Well, Sunday morning, thought I'd go for a quick ride out through the town. I think I might make a detour. Just thought I'd take the scooter out to get a bit of so-called exercise, which is allowed in our lockdown time. It's a lovely crisp morning. It was around about 11 first thing this morning. Sun's starting to warm things up. The air is still nice and cool and brisk. I've got to tell you, riding on a scooter brings back an old saying that the Finns have, which is a motorised bicycle is a cold bicycle. And if anyone knows about cold shit, it's them. So yeah, if I was on my actual bicycle and doing exercise, I'd probably, that horse is interested in me. Probably never seen anything like this. Oh, it's a foal. Sorry, I keep getting myself distracted. I'm like a dog. Oh, look, squirrel. Yeah, so if I was on my actual bicycle, I'd be actually pedaling and actually using up energy and actually getting warm instead of just standing here in the cool breeze and getting cooled down. Which is something that, if you're considering a scooter for longer ranges, is actually an important thing, because you might actually think, well, hey, for the kind of money that I paid for this little creature here, which is, I paid $3,000 and they were originally asking $4,000 for it back when it first was released. It's gonna offer you the option of buying a pretty substantial e-bike for the same amount. Even the Giants are pretty good. Well, that's down at 21 kilometres an hour. It feels a bit slower. Batteries, of course, fully fresh. Oh, look at this, a bit of mud. Just what I wanted to avoid. Rained a bit last night, so maybe I won't go up this hill. Oh, what kind of a pansy am I? Just avoid the worst stuff. Yeah, so if you bought an e-bike and your goal was to, commute a longer distance, in the winter time you might actually be happier with the fact that it warms you up. You don't have to dress quite so much like you're doing some sort of cosplay event. After having had this thing for a few weeks now, I can say that I still feel of the view that riding this thing at 40 kilometres an hour is just an accident waiting to happen. And I mean a bad accident waiting to happen, because a fall off at 40 kilometres an hour is pretty bad. I mean, you've only got to watch the Tour de France to see what happens to those guys when they fall off. What a nice new development around here. So that's going to be a hot bedroom in summertime if they don't put something on the window. Okay, let's see if I can get around this corner. Yeah, and I'll just... One thing's for sure, this scoot is much better on the dirt roads than my wide wheel, because, these bumps that are, from rocks and stuff, the wide wheel would certainly never cope with that. Well, okay, it copes with it, but you can feel it's protesting. Now, I don't mind doing it occasionally, but on this actually it feels like it's... Yeah. On this actually it feels like it's not even an issue, so, there's that in the favour of this, right? And because I live out here, it makes sense to have a machine that's suitable to out here. The wide wheel is still like my preferred in-town commuting device, and the wide wheel's still a better thing to jam in the back of the car and take on a trip to, say, some other part of the countryside and go for a ride around and explore it, because this thing's just too heavy. I mean, really 30-something kilos to haul this in and out, plus really, if I don't want to do my back in, because it's not just a deadlift like weightlifters do, it's actually lifting and turning, right? Because you've got to put it into your boot. So you know, in that respect, this thing's pretty much kind of like an easier to haul around dirt bike if you wanted to take it places. And then there's the folding mechanism, which I covered in yesterday's service video. But, oh, guinea fowl. Oh, quick, run across in front of me, run across in front of me. Fucking dog birds. Well, it's nice they've got them though. Stuff like those corrugations is really a pain in the ass on the wide wheel. Even on this, on rough roads, you've got to bend your knees a little bit. Oh, a pack of galahs. Gonna fly in front of me. Don't know if you've heard it before, but there's an Australian expression to call somebody a galah, which comes from the observation of what galahs are like, and basically, you know, it's someone that makes a lot of noise and acts in stupid and foolish ways. It's funny watching the galahs sometimes because they do exactly act like clowns. Guess that's why they're dressed like clowns. Well, I should get pretty good range today because I'm going to pretty much again restrict this to 20 something kilometers an hour. Gonna have to find a way of reducing the uploads length. By the way, I found that after the battery falls down off its, you know, first couple of volts, you know, like from fully charged, it's a fair bit above nominal, and it's still a bit above nominal now, that it won't cruise above 25 kilometers an hour in second. It does 27 at first. So now you can see I'm doing 29 and I'm in gear 3. Gear 3 will actually go faster than this, but I've used the cruise control aspect. Don't know if you can see the little thing blinking right there, but that indicates I'm in cruise control. I don't like going too fast, but on these sort of open roads, you know, a couple of kilometers an hour above the legal speed limit, I don't feel, you know, any substantial difference. It's pleasant, gets you there a little bit quicker, and it doesn't really pound the battery like trying to go faster does. Okay, coming up on the bellbird area, so let's see if we get any bellbirds today. I've got a couple of years, just such a nice area, isn't it? Love coming up the rugged mountains on a road so I don't have to climb the bloody things. But let's stop on that lookout over there. It's one of my favourite lookouts anyway. Usually get a better view here, but the grass is all growing longer. definitely got some moisture in there. You can just see the gorge over there between the Green Hill and the furthest hill, well, ridge. And it's a pretty steep gorge. Every now and again the Air Force brings in, I think it's a C-17, which is a very large transport aircraft, and fly that bird down the middle of that gorge. I swear the pilots love it. I'd love to be here, and actually I'd love to be standing on that ridge and video it going through if I ever get the opportunity. Which actually might not be that far away. April. Let's see if I can track down a landowner and see if I can get up there. Top of that hill over there would probably be the ideal to get over on that ridge and have a gander. Fuck, it's nice out here. Don't know if the birds come through. This spot usually has quite a few good bellbirds as well.